If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin Update. Today we're looking at Bitcoin for a Tuesday, and for the Tuesday right now there is something bad. Of course, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna dive into the 4-hour time frame right now, and I want to show you what's going on with Bitcoin at the moment. So we picked up Bitcoin here, and you can see that you do have this one support level, second support level. You broke down and you came up, and you're making that retest a little bit right there, and it seems like this coin is actually ready to come to the downside. Now throw one more news into the mix. Actually today is the balance of trade, and you have this balance of trade coming in 6:30. okay, 6:30. Now there's like minus 68.5 and previous to 61.5. I don't really know how these numbers are going to affect Bitcoin, but one thing I know about the chart is that if anything, based on the technicals, and the technicals have to affect Bitcoin, you do have a very clear double top right over here, and that double top is looking to take you from the top to the bottom right there, and you have Bitcoin that is looking to pop all the way down to 22,000, nearly 22,000. okay, that's where I do see things heading down to the following station right there. Now the question is this the end of Bitcoin moving to the upside? Some people are going to say, is that a bull trap? Is this the start of another leg push to the downside? The structure doesn't say that, you know, coming down to 22,000 is a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Maybe it's just a part of a healthy correction. Now, what is going to be worse about Bitcoin, and if you want to see Bitcoin pushing to the downside, is if Bitcoin actually decides to come down to 20,216. That's bad. That's worse, because you got a pattern that is helping Bitcoin go up, and this is the pattern. Okay, that's the pattern on the daily, because if you zoom out just a little bit, you have Bitcoin that pushed up, moved sideways. It's a continuation pattern to move up to 25k and potentially 27k. Now in between here, if you do come up there, you move sideways, you go down to 22,000, 21,000, move sideways, and then continue like this. That's okay. That's still fine. That's actually perfect. No issues. But if you do end up, there are some worst case scenarios that we're going to go into the details right now. And that is, if you do come like this and then you move sideways, then you potentially are going to be putting this as your left shoulder, big distribution head down here to the right shoulder, the redistribution, and then you go all the way down to maybe even $18,000. So that's one thing, which hasn't happened. Of course, we don't have any head and shoulders at the moment, but that's something I'm bringing into your notice as well. For Bitcoin, that's pretty much in the 4-hour time frame that I do see at the moment. So today, speaking about 6:30, that's actually 3.5 hours away from now, based on the time that I'm recording the video and my local time. It depends on which time you're in right now. So basically in 3.5 hours we have something coming in. Yesterday I talked about the bear cross, and you can see that this is not a good sign for Bitcoin. You have some ingredients that actually shows that Bitcoin is looking to move to the downside. Number one, the bear cross, right? So you broke out, you lost the 55 EMA after 1 month and maybe nearly 32 days. This is for the first time you've lost the 55 EMA. And you broke to the downside. You actually went up. You're making some sort of a kiss of death right over here. Okay, this is known as a kiss of death. Kiss of death, goodbye, and then move to the downside. Make a little bit of red and make some people scared again. And you know, for me, that's nothing more than correction. Now, second element to look at is that, I don't know if you noticed this, but if you zoom out, Bitcoin had a big bearish divergence, because you have lower lows, higher lows, no, lower highs, whatever, you know, but this is like a divergence. Is this like high, lower highs? Yeah, so this is like lower highs, excuse me for that, lower highs here, and you have higher highs right over there. So this is a bearish divergence, and it's actually going to affect Bitcoin. I don't think you have reasons to say that Bitcoin is going to move up. Now, I do know it's a stupid coin by any means, by all means, that it can do anything, but I don't think it's that much stupid. It's actually a little bit predictable as well, and we can predict the fact that this is a loss of support, moving down like this, coming up for the kiss of death, boom, pushed to the downside, 22,000. I'm just going to keep it very, very simple right here. But if somehow you do end up coming up, I don't know if magic happens, you come up to 23,347 and back test without making wicks. Of course, you don't want to make wicks and then go down. That's a different scenario. All I'm saying is come up, break the EMAs again, break the support again, this resistance, and turn it into support again. You move higher, right? So that's going to be positive market structure. Other than being below this line over here, that's going to be heavy. So cases of that, and that's pretty much it for this update on Bitcoin. I'm going to see you with the next one. Allah Hafiz.